In NASCAR, there are some drivers who you can just see a clear, concise, and linear path to Cup. Some have racing in their blood, and others work their way up through the years in order of each level, always clawing their way up. And some just buy their way into a ride. Alex Bowman is a unique case though. Bowman may also be one of the most underappreciated talents to occupy a top-tier Cup ride. Starting out, Bowman had been a driver that was put in some lower-funded rides. In the Truck Series, he's only had 2 career starts, and one of those was in 2015 when he got a shot in JRM equipment. More to explore on that team later. Where Bowman really saw a large chunk of his career driving was in the Xfinity Series. While having 53 starts in the series, he only has had 1 full-time season, making 32 starts in that season. Still, he has never competed in every race in the Xfinity Series season. In the 2013 season, he had a few accomplishments to speak of. In mostly lower-funded equipment, he swept the pole awards at Texas, as well as having 2 top 5s and 6 top 10s. The best finish of this season came at Daytona. A third-place finish for a 20-year-old rookie on a smaller team usually would be a bit more of something to remember that would get covered more. Well, it did get remembered, but for a different reason. So Bowman really at this point began his lower profile part of his career. His results really in this season were enough to gain the attention of Dale Earnhardt Jr. for 2 races at JRM, as well as a 2014 rookie running Cup with BK Racing. And with that ride, it went predictably poor. He had only 1 finish above 22nd, and while it was a 13th place finish, it also was during a race that had a crash that took out 30 cars or so. Because of this, all Bowman finished was 35th in points. And this is to no fault of him, as his equipment was quite subpar. The next season, Bowman had another go at it in Cup, this time with Tommy Baldwin Racing's number 7 car. The season was a little bit better over 2014. TBR had slightly better cars than BK Racing, and it showed as he scored 3 top 20 finishes in this season and went all the way up to 33rd in the point. There was really only 1 point of the campaign that anyone remembers. Well, at least he got some airtime. At this point in his young career though, Bowman looked to be at a standstill. But 2016 would be the catalyst for the Alex Bowman that we see today in 2020. Bowman first would be signed on for another part-time deal with JRM. This was, for all Bowman knew, his last great shot at making it in NASCAR, and he made the most of it. At his first race in Dover, he started 5th and finished 3rd after leading 33 laps. A few weeks later at Pocono, he started and finished 10th. And then at Michigan, he started on the pole, led 11 laps, and finished 7th with a 5th place run at Iowa after that. Then, an announcement that changed the trajectory of Bowman's career came. His JRM boss, Dale Jr., would be sitting out for 2 weeks due to a concussion. Then, these 2 weeks would be extended through the end of the 2016 season. Bowman would be assigned 10 races to substitute for Earnhardt. He started at New Hampshire, and while he ran in the top 10 for most of the day, a flat tire in the race relegated him to a 26th place finish. And his poor luck continued at Michigan, as issues with his car took him out of contention early. He finished 30th. 5 laps down. It wouldn't be until the chase races that Bowman and the 88 team would really start showing off a bit more of what they could do. He got his first career top 10 finish at the Chicagoland Speedway, and then followed that up with a solid 14th at Loudon. Rolling off the grid second at Charlotte made him look even better, even if a crash did end up placing him 39th at the end of the day. But he recovered well with a 7th place run at Kansas. At Talladega, Bowman was running in the top 5 in the final laps before spinning in the tri-oval, and he finished 36th. 2 weeks later, he finished 13th in a rain-shortened Texas race. With 2 races left in the 88 car, most were still unsold on whether Bowman was a good substitute for a little bit or a solid Cup driver with a future. Most would be sold on him though after Phoenix. He started by winning his first career Cup Series pole. And then he flat out dominated the race, leading 194 laps. Though, due to some problems on the final restarts, he would not win and instead would finish 6th. But even with a mediocre run at Homestead the next week, this race had proven himself to many, and 2017 would end up being almost a skip year for Bowman. He did mostly sim testing for HMS, and then he ran only 2 Xfinity races and 1 truck race. But 2017 would be the final step to bring Bowman to where he is now. Dale Earnhardt Jr. announced that at the end of the 2017 season, he'd retire, and once again leave the 88 car vacant in 2018. And you probably know where this is going to be going. He was chosen to fill the empty seat. Just 3 years after being in sub-30th equipment, Bowman would assume the driver's role of one of NASCAR's best teams. 2018 would be a feeling out period though for him. He would bring home 3 top 5s, including a career-high 3rd place finish, and then also have 11 top 10s, on the way to a 16th place finish in the point standings after he made it to the round of 12. 2019 would be a bit better for Bowman and show his true potential. Once May started, he and the 88 team caught lightning in a bottle. Between Talladega, Dover, and Kansas, he finished 2nd in all 3 races all 3 weeks in a row. And 6 weeks later, he would finally break through to victory lane at the site of his first career Cup Series top 10.
Bowman putting pressure back on the 42 as he looks low.
He's there. Can he stay on that quarter panel off the corner? He's got it. He's got it. He's going to be at the side draft.
Going down the backstretch, contact made. Bowman trying to side draft. He takes the lead away as he goes to the bottom of the racetrack.
Bowman's car is better on the bottom.
You're clear.
Oh, man, they're both.
The racetrack. Well, it's been 133 races in the Cup Series. And now he comes up on 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. Alex Bowman looking for his first win in the Monster Energy Cup Series. Alex Bowman has finished in every position in a Cup Series race, 2nd through 43rd, but he's never finished first. Working his way through the final turn, Alex Bowman will win at Chicago.
Once the playoffs started, Bowman actually looked a lot more competitive compared to 2018. He once again made it to the round of 12 this time, but he would actually be very close to making the round of 8. He would finish out the season 12th in points, and that brings us to the current year of 2020, where Bowman has another victory to his name as he prepares for the 2020 NASCAR playoffs he's locked into. Now, I know that there's a lot more to speak about when it comes to Alex Bowman, so if you want to hear more, I think you should be sure to watch the NASCAR Weekly podcast tonight at 8 Eastern Time on Danny B Talks channel, because we'll be premiering our pre-recorded interview with Alex Bowman. But that's all from me. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think of Alex Bowman's ascension up the NASCAR ladder? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And until next time, have a good one.